disaster? Is this a leadership disaster, or is it something else? Now, if you're running your business, you know that if you have a team of people, then you've got to lead them, you know. And yesterday there was, if you're not sure what's happened, yesterday, Clarke, who's one of the most senior people in the Football Association, he's the chairman of the Football Association in the United Kingdom, very senior position. And the reason why I'm saying is this a PR disaster, or is it a leadership disaster? Is this? Yesterday he faced the Parliamentary Select Committee, and they asked him some questions, and the answers he gave. Now, I'm not going to say whether he's right or wrong or get political. I'm not here for that. As you know, I teach business coaching, but I want to talk about the element of leadership and public relations and what's gone wrong here, what's gone right here. I'm not for or against. I'm just saying, if you're running a business and you have a team, you need to understand that there are things that can happen. Now, watch this. I believe that his language is old-fashioned. That's my belief. You could think differently. And I know from the research I've done on Clarke that he was doing a lot of good for the association. He was doing a lot of good for that business. So what went wrong? I'm just going to give you my take on it. I'll be interested to see what your take is on it. And so I'm not going to go into the details of what he said or what he didn't say or what went wrong. But I will say, from a business point of view, from a leadership point of view, from a public relations point of view, from a branding point of view, for the Football Association, something badly went wrong. So my take on it is, from a leadership point of view, that he was given poor advice, and he's probably got a team of people around him who are not advising him correctly, especially in this day and age in the UK and what's going on. I don't think he's current with the current times. And if his normal language is as it is, and that's how he talks to the board, and that's how he talks to his colleagues, then of course, when you are faced with the Parliamentary Select Committee and they're asking you questions, that's how you're going to talk. Whether your intent was good, your intent was bad, but all the good stuff that he was doing behind the scenes has suddenly fallen down, and people are looking at him as he is the problem. Now, he decided to resign. Whether he should resign or not, that's a choice he's made. But I'm talking from a business point of view, a leadership point of view. Should he? Poor advice, not connected with the current times. And also, when faced with an opportunity to correct what he said, he didn't even realize what he said was right or wrong. I mean, he was totally blasé about it, and as a matter of fact, that's what he said. And he said he's been caught up in the old way of doing things. Now, for me, that's denial, right? Now, if you've got the right people around you, then they should be advising correctly. Now, if what he's trying to sort out in that organization is some deeply rooted issues, and his language, the way it came across was he is part of the problem. That's what I see. From a business point of view, from a leadership point of view, that if that's the language you're using every single day, at the same time, that is what you're trying to get rid of. What do you think, guys? What do you think? What do you think? If you have an organization, you know, I'm not saying he should have resigned or not resigned. I'm just saying that if you're running your business and there is issues in your business and you don't underline it and you don't deal with it, it will blow up, and it will blow up in your face. In other words, people will start leaving because what you are saying and what you are doing are two different things. And my teacher taught me a long time ago, Blair Singer said, you have to be congruent in what you say and what you do. And if is Clarke not being congruent in what he's saying and what he's doing, then that's going to be a problem. And I'm sure he meant well. And some people have said, oh, this is a generational thing. This is how people spoke back in those days. Now, let's talk about the team. I haven't investigated who's on his team. I'm not sure who's on the board. But does he have people on the board that says, when he talks like that and says things like that, Do they say, hey, Greg, what you just said there is wrong. What you just said there could be misconstrued as something else. And if he's been allowed to talk like that for years and years and years, of course, he believes what he's doing is correct. And behind the scenes, what he's doing is good work. But is it congruent with how he's behaving and how he's speaking and how he's presenting? So I want to hear your thoughts on that. If you don't know what's happened, then check out just YouTube, just Google Greg Clarke Football Association, and you'll see what's happened. Now, so it's just a quick message to say, look, you know, let me share something with you. I wrote this book here called Face It and Fix It: How to Avoid Disaster and Turn Around Your Small Business. What's the lesson here? So there's always a lesson in everything. Chapter 1, the very, very first chapter I talk about is leadership failure. I don't know if you can see that. Leadership failure. And let me read out what it says here. Leadership failure. The problem is businesses do not just run themselves. There's a major reason why businesses fail. Common leadership failings are a lack of direction, someone not taking charge, problems being avoided, decisions not being made, a lack of vision, which results in the business drifting, insufficient experience at making strategic decisions and not managing staff effectively. Now, leadership is like captaining a ship. Irrespective of the size of the ship, it needs someone to be in charge. Without a captain, it will sink, hit the rocks, or arrive at the wrong destinations. Now, Greg Clarke is a serious business person. At some times, your business will hit the rocks. Right now, it's hit the rocks. He's resigned. And so what's the lesson for us as business owners? So what my lesson is this, and I'm going to finish off in a moment, is this. David Hodgson says, not poor advice, just no understanding of how language has moved on, and probably a little arrogant and doesn't feel the need to change. Thank you. Thank you, David. And David, my point also as well as what you've said is that if you've got people around you and they're not advising you correctly, of course you're going to make those mistakes. Because if you're doing that privately, in my experience, it will come out publicly, which it has done. If you treat people, if you talk to people condescendingly and in an arrogant way, and you do that privately, at some point you will get caught out, which is what's happened. And my point from a business perspective is, this is the time to tune in with your team. This is the time to understand your team. This is the time to see what's going on with your own team, because there may be something you're saying or doing that may be not resonating with them. Now, we talk about shared values. When I teach people in my courses and my programs, we talk about having a code of honor. We talk about rules. We talk about behavior. And if you're behaving one way as the leader and you're expecting other people to behave the way you want them to, and you're not doing that, it will blow up at some point. So David, thank you for the comment made there. I know other people are making comments here. I can't see them all, but it's just a quick message to say, let's take notes. Let's draw this line in the sand and say, let me look at my own organization. Even better still, let me look at my own behavior. If you don't have a team, you're still a small business, it's fine. But if you don't have a team, what is it you are doing or saying or behaving that your clients may pick up on, that your prospects may pick up on, and actually, instead of them being attracted to you, they are repelled by you? It may be your language, which in this case was Greg Clarke's downfall. It may be the way you promise something and you don't deliver on that. It may be the simple fact that you don't treat them well, or you don't look after your clients or look after your prospects. So it's a big lesson here. It's just this Greg Clarke issue. If you haven't heard about it, just Google it. It's on the news everywhere. But what was going through my mind was, what's the lesson in business here? And now he has resigned. Whether he should resign or not, I don't know. But from a branding perspective, it's hurt the financial It's hurt the Football Association badly. It's hurt the Football Association badly. And if that was your company, what would you do? So team is so important. So on that note, I'm just quick live here. I want to know what your thoughts are. Share that with me. Let's have a conversation around this. How does Greg Clarke's downfall and misdemeanor, what's a lesson there? What can we learn for our own businesses so that we don't make those type of mistakes? Now, as I said, I don't want to get political. What's happened has happened. But as business owners, what can we learn from this and move forward with? Okay, so thank you for joining me on this live. I will be coming live again this week. I'll be interviewing the amazing, well, I'm going to leave it as a treat for you. I'll be interviewing someone this week, and you want to tune into that because it's going to be a big lesson. All right, Mac Attram here. Stay in touch. Much love. Take care of yourself. Look after your family. Look after your business. Speak soon. Bye for now.